This is
Riveting television. That was the heater hose. It's gonna have to come off.
I don't know how these heater hoses come apart.
Push it in, push the 2 pins in, and then it pulls right off. Ho, ho, that's all you got. It ain't gonna be enough.
I pulled the oil filter off.
Yeah.
You really don't think you're gonna spin that off my hand, do you?
No. Yeah.
Oh, look at that,
Somebody
big guy.
actually put it on hand tight.
You gonna put the cat filter on it?
It's like $118.
Is it?
Just looking at it today.
They hang a giant cat filter on them.
Oh, yeah. Well,
What's nice is that's a factory Ford motor.
I was going to say, that's a Motorcraft. It's got the part number on it, too.
Yeah, it's a FL2000.
FL2K.
FL205 1S.
All right, everybody, as you can see, it's been a busy night, and this is what we got done. The new motor is in the frame. I just spent about the last half hour just walking around this thing, trying to figure out what everything is. So the truck was deleted, and part of the delete kit, that whole EGR cooler, this whole assembly right here goes away. So we're just trying to figure out how and what everything does once it goes away. But everything is back in it. It was interesting getting everything lined up, but once we got it all figured out, we got her down in there. There is parts laying everywhere. So we're gonna have to figure all of this stuff out. But that's all par for the course here in Kenny's garage, because we do things that we've never done before, buy basket cases, and well, this is where we end up. So tomorrow is delete day. We're gonna figure out how the delete goes, get all that done, and then hopefully get the cab ready to go back down. So join us tomorrow. Back out here in Kenny's garage tonight. It's Tuesday night, I believe. And we got a lot of hookup done tonight, but you really can't tell what all we did because, well, it kind of still looks the same as it did before. It is a 6.7 Scorpion covered in hoses and wires and anything and everything you can imagine. Let's take a look and see what we did hook up. Everything is back on, all the bell housing bolts except for one. We are waiting on a fuel filter and an oil filter, but KJ has everything hooked up on the transmission. The cooler lines are in, the dipstick is in, the exhaust is all tightened up. This is tight, this is tight. There's a little, yep, right down there. That's tight. I got the wiring harness back in the ABS module. Got the wiring harness back in that module. The intake tube, at least poked in there. That doesn't necessarily mean that's because we don't have the clip for it. We haven't found the clip for it. We did take this intercooler tube out and shoved it right back in there just to make sure it was good. Get the transmission cooler on. All of the power steering hoses are hooked up. All of the power wires are hooked up. And the starter is installed and wired. There's some cooler hoses. This was a major problem for KJ today. That's where the EGR usually goes. And as you can see there's a broken bolt with a broken easy out in it. So we had to do some things there. We got to tidy up some wiring here. we did find this has the AFE intake, so that is on it. Yeah, lots to do, but getting a lot done. A little bit every night. The pile of parts we just picked up, yet some of it returned. So tomorrow I told KJ we're gonna spend some time cleaning and sorting and see what we have left. We're looking for a cooler that we can't find. I'm gonna go in and do some homework, but there's a, I don't know if it's a power steering cooler or what it is that mounts to the front end of the truck. We'll figure it out. Really can't tell a bunch that we got done, but we did get a bunch done. All the little detail stuff, all the control systems and everything up. We have been deciphering what all the 6.7 has versus what we're used to things having, and actually have been surprised in several areas. But so far, so good. We'll be back out tomorrow night, trying to get some more stuff hooked up and hopefully get that cab back on there. All right, see y'all tomorrow. Welcome back. It's Wednesday night out here in Kenny's garage, and as you can see, we got the cab back on. Made a lot of headway tonight, way more than I figured we would. Set the cab on there and got all kinds of stuff hooked up. Let's take a look at what we did, huh? So here's a close-up of what we got done. As you can see, everything is under the cab and hooked up. I used to laugh at the guys when they told me that they had to take the cab off of these things to work on them. I totally understand. You can't do anything without taking that cab off. A couple of the things we have learned about the big bad Scorpion is it's got two cooling systems. This is actually the auxiliary cooling system degas bottle on this side. The primary cooling system degas bottle goes on that side. But this right here, hidden down inside of there, is the water pump for the secondary, and the water pump for the primary is over on the other side. The secondary cooling system runs what used to be the EGR cooler, the CAC, or the charge air cooler. It also uses or runs the power steering cooler and the fuel oil cooler. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff, man. Here's something else that we learned. This little fitting right here is responsible for burning a couple 6.7s down. That little nipple right here breaks off, and then this thing squirts oil all over your engine, fuel oil. And well, let's just say that that's not something you want to happen. So we've got an aluminum one of these ordered so that that does not happen to this truck. As you can probably tell through the wardrobe change, it is actually the next day. My phone died last night as I was trying to finish this up, and I figured I'd jump in here this morning before heading off to work to get that done for you. So yeah, tonight, hopefully we get some more hookup done on this, get the cooling systems all wrapped up, and get the coolant and oil change done so that we can get this thing started on Saturday for you. All right, I got to get to work. One last little look here. KJ spent $400 yesterday on fluids and filters and a couple little knickknacks that we needed to get this thing finished. It's amazing the money you got to dump in these things. All good?
No. You can let it crank longer than that. Yeah.
All right, it is now 6 o'clock Saturday afternoon. We have been balls to the wall here all day trying to figure this goofy thing out. And as you can see, it's sitting outside, but the question is, did we push it out here or did we drive it out here? Why don't you show the fine folks, KJ, what we did? She's a runner. So far, so good. Don't blow it up. Remember, don't go backwards with it. Can you go move that stand? He's going to push it out of the way with the truck. Will it do a burnout? I think it will. Lock the diff in. Goofball. Sounds good. So there's more stuff shoved under this hood than ever needed to be. And the impressive thing here is that this was a complete basket case. I will post in here what this looked like when we first bought the truck.
Oh, it's fun wiring.
Got lots to learn on this one. Doesn't look like that anymore, does it?
No.
You can leave the batteries hooked up? You trust it that much?
Let me see if it's gonna fill it or not. You can see where it leaves its mark.
Oh yeah, it definitely leaves a mark. Well, what do you think of your first 6.7 so far? It was touch and go there today as we were trying to get it to bleed
A
out.
little troubleshooting. It wasn't bad though. And we didn't fight each other today.
Yeah, we did a little bit. So today, this is what we went through. I cross-threaded the bolts, or not the bolts, I cross-threaded. That's warm, Brad. You said it wasn't warm. This has got some heat to it. I cross-threaded the one of the brake lines, so I had to go buy a $400 master cylinder because I cross-threaded those that hose. Once we got that in there, got power and everything all hooked up, it would not crank. There was some loose connections on the starter. KJ took care of that. What the hell was that? Okay then.
My 6.7 farts.
What? You're not taking. Oh, you wimp. He's taking the batteries off because he's afraid it's going to burn down.
Well, I'd rather be safer than sorry.
So after we got the brakes taken care of, put everything together, like I said, it had all kinds of codes on it. So there's 2 plugs in this fender well here. I don't know if I'll be able to find it for you. Yeah, there's one right there. Oh, they're both right there. Look at that. KJ took those apart and put them back together, and that got rid of most of the codes. Starter took care of that, and then it just cranked. It sounded good cranking, but it cranked forever and ever and ever. It never started. He gave it a little sniff of starting fluid to see if it would fire, and it did. So then we pissed with it some more. It was just airlocked. We had to bleed it out, bleed it out, bleed it out, bleed it out, and then finally we got it to run on fuel, and it picked up, and well, here we are. One problem we're having is the shifter will not go back. So it will go from park, it'll go to reverse neutral drive, but it will not go back to park. So we got to figure out what's going on with that. Other than that, it needs a clock spring because half of the steering wheel doesn't work. The horn doesn't work. And what else, KJ? Got to put the front bumper back on it because the transmission cooler does not leak, thank heavens.
Put the inner fenders in.
And put inner fenders in it because we did. He did take the inner fender out of this side, and he's got to go get the passenger side tomorrow.
No leaks whatsoever.
Oh, don't say that.
Do you see any underneath it?
He's saying it's not leaking.
We gotta bleed the brakes.
Oh, and we got to bleed brakes and probably run through some more heat cycles, get all the fluids where they got to be,
And then go rip it on there.
and then go see how it runs on the highway. We were going to go for a test drive today, but it just rained here like you wouldn't believe, and there's no inner fenders in it. We didn't want to cover everything in mud, so we decided to be adults and not do that. Yeah, for once in our life. But as you saw the burnout, I mean, we can only be adults for so long. All right, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're working on some things here. Hopefully we get a sponsorship and we can do some crazy stuff to this truck, although we think there's already some crazy stuff done to it. So thanks, guys. We'll see you all later. KJ, what do you sell to people?
The people.
All right, see you. Hey, Brad. Look who's Brad back here. Brad's been here every day this week helping us. Thanks, Brad. We appreciate it, buddy.
Hi to the people, bro.
Hi to the people, Brad. See y'all later.